Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at two copies of Lego set 10170, the TTX intermodal double stack car that I just finished building. I picked up these two train car sets at Bricks Cascade earlier this year and really happy with them. We already had one copy of this set and super awesome to have three copies now that can get pulled around the layout and can sit in sidings. Really excellent kit and super happy to have extra copies of it. I really find it funny to pick up older sets like this and see some of the original stickers on them for pricing. This one says $31.99, I believe. That's crazy. I can't, if only I had picked up multiple copies of this set at that time. Hard to believe they were selling for that price, but super happy to be able to pick these two extra copies up. So let's take a look at what the finished train cars look like, and we'll have the Maersk train pull them around the layout. One other quick detail here, looking at the top of the box, you can see they show the TTX intermodal double stack car with the BNSF locomotive. We have one copy of that locomotive around the layout. Really wish we could get it motorized. We'll have to figure out a way to motorize or basically have another car that we can motorize and pull that or can pull / push a train around the layout with the BNSF locomotive and the double stack cars. I think that would be really cool, but just fun to see on the top of the box here what locomotive they have paired up with it. In fact, that sounded like such a good idea that I went and grabbed the locomotive and stuck it into the train here. The Maersk will do all of the actual pulling for this train, but nice to get the locomotive out here on the layout and paired up with the double stack cars. A little bit of TLC that it needs. Don't have all of the decals on there yet, but we will get that sorted out in due time. But so you can see we've got the two locomotives. We've got our original double stack car here. And then we have the two new versions of this great set that we put together. Love all of the containers. We're going to be doing a bunch of container builds over the next little while because we've got some larger scale well cars that we're going to be building in the real near future. So expect to see more container cars and containers for both, use on those cars, but for sort of scenery and, for storage around different buildings in the layout as well. So really happy with these two sets. They were brand new in box, never before opened. So all the stickers were present, all the parts were present, and I think they look really great. Magnetic couplers for both of them. And let's try to fire this train up and see how it looks and how it runs around the layout. And we're off to the races. Not running the train super fast at the moment. See how everything runs. Oh boy, we're off. We are off again at a better speed this time. Let's see how it does going through that corner over there. Yeah, it's all good. I think one of the well cars just wasn't quite on the track right. That looks much smoother, much better. Really happy with how that looks. I think getting a number of different containers to have both on train cars and around the layout as more sort of set dressing decor would be really cool. I think we should be able to get some really interesting color combinations for shipping containers. Going to try to look around a bit, see if we can come up with some, a nice mix of different real life shipping container brands or companies to have displayed on the containers. I know there are decals, decals, however you prefer to say it, for a variety of them. I'm assuming I could pick up some decals that are designed for model railroad trains as well that would probably go on to the Lego just fine. But I think that'll be really cool. Nice to get a different type of train car moving around the layout. Obviously, like I said, these are the Lego scale ones, but we do have a larger scale well car that is in progress based on the instructions from Brick Train Depot. We'll be finishing that up soon, and I expect we will make a few more of them after that first one once we get sort of the proof of concept and see how it performs. We will pick up a number of additional parts so we can build out more copies of that, because I think that will be super cool to have. Running super smooth around the layout. Some of you might notice on the BNSF locomotive, I pulled off, there's a little bit of detail on the undercarriage in the middle. I pulled that off for the time being. I figured that might get caught moving around the layout on some little bits of track. So just to ward off any issues for now, I pulled that off and we'll put it back on later. It may have worked, it might not have, hard to say, but I figured for use in this particular situation, I would avoid any issues by removing that for the time being. Really happy with how this is running though. Nice to see the BNSF locomotive in the train there, and nice to see the 3 double stack cars moving around the layout. Definitely something I want to get more of, running longer and longer trains around the layout. Time and a place, I think, for every, for different sizes of trains, but I think definitely really cool when you can get some longer trains running. So cool to see in this situation, each of those double stack cars, it's a good length to them. So with 3, one after the other, they really help fill out that train, and they're not too heavy for the Maersk locomotive to pull either. It seems to be handling them fairly easily, which is nice. So, 2 more great train cars to add to the collection. Really happy to have those. That's probably it for copies of that set that I will pick up. I would like to try potentially some recolors of the set. And like I said, we are working on the upscaled version of the well car based on the Brick Train Depot instruction sets. So those will be, you'll see that upcoming on the channel probably in the near future as we finish that off. And like I said, it'd be cool to build some additional copies of that once we get that first one complete. So really happy here with how this is performing. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Lots of great ones ahead, a lot of cool train cars and locomotives that are going to be finished up in the next couple of weeks here, hopefully. And lots of other great projects in progress around the Lego room. So lots of cool stuff ahead. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.